so instead I'll let you enjoy 7 other comics, plus Garry tonight. This is a graduation show from a stand-up comedy class here at Held Together, and I would like to introduce our wonderful instructor and host, and he is a headlining stand-up comic around the country. Please welcome Garry Haley!
Are you going to show yourself one more time for Darren? I'm glad you guys showed up. We were worried, wasn't we, Darren?
Yeah.
Oh, we were sweating bullets. But Thursday night, like 5 people on the list. It's gonna go good. 5 people. Do that at my house if you want to. I know 5 people. Barbecue, they'll show up.
We took away the 2-drink minimum after that.
Oh, I know. You gotta start giving away drinks. How y'all feel? Y'all feel good? Thank you for coming out and supporting Live Con. We do appreciate it. And I know you probably missing. Today is like Pride weekend, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. I'll tell you a little quick story about my Pride experience. I am originally from Texas, so there's no pride. We have white pride. So I came here, I moved to California, I guess, about 16 years ago. And I'm at the Comedy Store and I'm working, and a gentleman comes in and goes, "Oh my God, you're really funny. Would you be interested in doing a show in Long Beach this weekend?" I go, "Sure." I go, and we negotiated a price, and then my friend goes, "It's Pride weekend, right?" I'm like, "Shit, for $25, I don't care what kind of pride it is, what do you mean?" He goes, "You'll find out." And my parents were coming to town. Get a little background, my parents, they are Baptists, they are Southern, they are from Texas. So, I have this show, and we have it at Hamburger Mary's. Everybody So, my parents from Texas here, my mother, my church-going mother and father are here, and I go, I got a show, I got really good money to do it, I'll buy you guys dinner, come out to the show, and then tomorrow we'll drive off to Vegas. I'm taking them to Vegas. So, they come to the show, and it's Hamburger Mary's. And it's lots of drag queens. And lots of lesbians. And it's packed. And I'm doing very well. And at the end of the show, my mother goes, "There's a lot of girls here." And she's been trying to get grandkids for years. She goes, "What about them 2 girls over there? They look good, you like them?" I said, "Mother, what I have, they are not interested in." Without missing me, my father goes, "That's a good looking woman over there. What about her?" I said, "Daddy, what I have, he already has. It's just tucked away." It's like, "Huh?" I said, "Daddy, that is a person dressed in drag. It's a gentleman who's dressed in drag." He said, "No." I said, "Yeah." He said, "No." I said, "Yeah." And I said, that person come over, I was like, he goes, "Oh my God, Jay." He goes, "I am drag." My dad said, "Really? You look just like Pastor Wex's wife." I'm like, I can't wait to get home and tell him that. I'm like, "Daddy, do not tell the pastor." His wife looks like a drag queen. It's not going to go well.
Oh God.
So that was my experience with that. So it was like, but my parents are super cool, man. They've always come out and supported me. God bless them. They've been to comedy clubs and they went to Pride. So I love my parents. So they were sort of my career for years. So that's my Pride story. But guys, I really want to. I'm going to on a serious note. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out and support Live Comedy tonight. I went over some things today, and Darren, we started this in 2024. You allowed me to do this here. Oh, you asked me to do this here, and I told you no. Because I was like, I didn't know if I could teach comedy to people. I know I can perform comedy, but I didn't know if I could teach comedy. because the way I learned was kind of a trial by fire. But once again, Darren said, I think you have the skill set to do it. And my girlfriend back there said, I think you are too mean to do comedy back there. No, she said, I think you can do it if you soften your stance. Exactly what words her. And she came up, you soften your stance. Which, if you got a girlfriend or a spouse or a person in your life, when they say soften their stance, that means your ass needs to be nice. And she did, and she helped me, and we came up with a syllabus and everything, and we started in 2024. And I believe this is our 4th one, and I've got to be honest with you, it's been really a blessing for me. It brought back something I hadn't had in years as far as watching new comics get their first few minutes of jokes, and getting that experience, and getting that feeling on stage, and that newness that, like I said, when you teach someone how to walk, or a baby how to walk, or someone, it's just, it was a wonderful thing for me, and it made kind of me get back to my roots of this. So I want to thank you guys back there for going through this with me. I want to thank you, Darren, for actually having it here. I know it's been difficult up and down financially for you, but I do appreciate it. And once again, I want to thank you guys for coming out to support live comedy tonight. Thank you so much. Well, all that back clapping done, y'all ready for some comedy? Y'all ready for some comedy?
So, of course, I have a cat. I'm also old. So, I know what you're thinking. Crazy cat lady. But I only have one cat. The most cats I've ever had at one time are 5. Everyone knows you need 6 to qualify for crazy cat status. Right at the cutoff, right there. Not a crazy cat. But you know what? I'll admit, I like cats. I'm a cat person. But where does the crazy come from? Why do we gotta be crazy? Just crazy cat ladies. You know, we can learn a lot from cats, especially in social situations, right? I mean, not everyone likes to hug. Not everyone likes to shake hands. You know what cats do? They show their butts. Perfect. No contact. Mercy! Oh my God, I can't believe it's you! Yeah! How was Hawaii? Oh, great. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, for sure. How old is Dylan now? Oh, I'm sorry, I can't quite get this in. First grade. Oh my God, where does the time go? Perfect. No contact. None, no awkwardness at all. Or how about when you go to the market, right? And you're unloading your groceries. There's always that person behind you who's unloading their groceries onto the belt before you're even done. I mean, how annoying is that? Like, you don't want to be rude, right? And you don't have to be at all. Not at all. Not only will they be gone, everyone in front of you will walk out with all your stuff. You didn't have to say a word. You didn't have to be rude. But you know, cats have a really good weapon, and it's not their claws. They have direct, unflinching eye contact. When is this helpful? Well, ladies, maybe you're on a date, not going well. You just want to go home. You know, you're not feeling the vibe, but you don't know quite how to get out of it. So, yeah, you're at his house. Yeah, can I use your ladies' room? Okay, thanks. Go to the ladies' room. Oh, thanks, yeah. Open the door. No, you don't have to close it. I prefer it open.
Oh, God.
Keep up the eye contact, ladies. He's terrified.
Oh, God.
Don't forget to wash your hands, ladies. I'm calling the police at this point, begging you to leave. Okay, I'll leave. Make your way to the door. Knock shit over. Knock mother's ashes off. Yeah, make your way to the door. You're at the front door. Step out. Yeah, I don't feel like it. I want to come back in. Yeah, I want to go out. Yeah, I changed my mind. I'll come back in. Police are there at that point. Fine. What's that conversation like with him? Sir, did you allow this woman into your house? Yes, but she just wanted to use the bathroom and she shit and her eyes didn't blink and she looked at me. My mother's ashes are on the floor and she looked at me. So you say she just defecated? That was in your toilet? That's not illegal. No! She left the door open. She looked at me. Sounds like another crazy cat lady incident. Had a lot of those lately. Good night, everyone.
And that's why I'm not on the dating scene anymore. Don't want nobody come take a shit and stare at nobody. Y'all having a good time? Yes. Woo! We're gonna keep this train moving. Y'all ready for your next comic? Woo! Put your hands together for my man John!
Hi, my name is John.
Hey, John.
Well, this still beats arts and crafts night with the wife, so I'm glad I'm here. So I grew up around Vietnamese people my whole life. My best friend was Vietnamese. Half my classmates were Vietnamese. After 25 years, I still know almost nothing about Vietnamese culture. At some point, you gotta respect the gatekeeping. So I went to Yosemite this past month for the first time. My wife told me, we need to go. We've been on Earth for 32 years. You know the mountains have been here for 80 to 100 million years? I said, well, they can wait. I realized I'm a speck of time to them, so that almost started an existential crisis for me, which kind of reversed when I got to see the age diversity. Hello? When I got to see the age diversity there. Little kids, old people, really old people, and then I thought to myself, all right, I still have time. Honestly, I got tired of all the trees. They almost look like a crowd with their iPhones up at a concert at one point. And I thought, this is the core of what makes California, California, and here I am getting annoyed by it. I never felt so un-Californian. Un-American even. Ice, if you're in the room, calm down, it's just jokes. I did admire some of the mountains. They had some sharp ridges, like a jaw I wish I had. So, there you go, even mountains can look better than me. I usually like trees, many big ones on my street. Great shade, makes it nice to sit outside, hang out. You know who else thought that's a great idea? Homeless people. I don't even fully blame them. Their shopping cart is literally their house. I just wish they took that house in one piece and not leave random things behind. Right, technically random liquids behind. I guess in a way they move like snails. So my neighbor recently told me he owns over 100 firearms. He started listing them out too on the spot. Custom AR-15, 45 Magnum, Desert Eagle, tactical gear, night scope. Then he looked me dead in the eye and said, if anything goes down in this neighborhood, I got the right tools for the situation. I replied, I was just asking if you wanted some extra donuts this morning. Okay. What else I got here? One phrase I don't trust anymore is, I'll let you know. Yeah. I'll let you know. Yeah, right. Yes. I'll let you know translation is, please kindly exit my life at this moment. You know what I also noticed? The people who actually follow up never say, I'll let you know. They just let you know.
True.
So we appreciate you coming by. Glad to see you around more. You were a great company. I like how these phrases quietly tell you where you stand with somebody. An old friend I kept giving the benefit of the doubt to once told me, we're so glad you can make it. Well, that spoke loud. I knew right there our friendship had entered the corporate phase. So I beat him to it. I revoked 95% of his friendship privileges. He's on the basic membership plan now. So I'm a structural engineer, 10 years of experience. I love seeing buildings that design being built. Oh, sorry, almost stopped in the interview mode there. Honestly, no, buildings are quite easy to show off. Even though I never lifted a single finger in the field. I'm mostly indoors with fully functioning AC. Okay, half the time functioning AC. But imagine trying to flex to other professions at a dinner party. Like someone working at a nursing home. Oh, this is Agatha. She's pooping so much less now. And look at her bed sores. That's all me. And the screaming and vomiting, that's just once per paycheck now. So, my parents pushed me to do a lot of studying for my career when I was younger. My dad pretty much brainwashed me. Told me the girls would come in droves, knowing if I had a master's. Well, that shit worked. I wouldn't have a master's if I knew you didn't need it for women. I probably even wouldn't have a high school diploma. I do remember one time a year ago showing my dad on the freeway, look Dad, you see the auto dealership over there? I pretty much designed that whole building. He said, oh wow, nice. So when are we getting grandkids? Anyways, for the last 20 years, my dad spoke. And my dad changes personalities every decade. Right now he speaks like a true Catholic. He wants babies to just sprinkle out of the sky. Kind of like that scene in The Grinch. And I'm Peruvian. We have big noses, so in a way it matches. Anyways, for the last 20 years, my dad spoke like a spokesperson for Planned Parenthood. I don't want to see no kids. We're not like that family over there. We raise you right. My life isn't a paint class. You can't just slap a new color, paint over the old one, and maybe that would fix things right away. So I've been trying to improve my conversation skills. I was taught to be positive, say yes. And honestly, I never felt so lost in America. Until I met English people. Boy, have they perfected negativity. no's and nots in their sentences. Oh, it's just baffling, isn't it? It's just absurd, isn't it? I didn't realize Hispanics kind of do the same thing. You still love me, no? Doctor said you have a week left to live? No? See, if Americans just adopted a more negative sentence structure, I wouldn't need bi-weekly therapy. At this point, I don't even know how I'm supposed to parent in the future. I was raised on eat your vegetables for vitamin A, eat your meat for protein. Meanwhile, my kid's gonna skip dinner because of some new astronaut gummy. Dad, this Trader Joe's superfood snack has protein, collagen, fiber, magnesium. What am I supposed to say to that? Yeah, but broccoli has branches. Nobody's gonna want to create anything anymore. But honestly, adults aren't any better. I was shopping for a party the other day. I saw a bunch of pre-made old fashions, mules, palomas, you name it, on the aisle. I scoffed, judged the world for a second, and then I put them in the car and then went to the cashier. Right? Thank you.
All right, guys, we're gonna keep the show moving right along. You ready for your next comic? Put your hands together for Allison!
Hi.
Hi, Allison.
Hi. My name's Allison, and I'm an wrong my bad.
Wrong beat.
I'm semi-retired, which sounds really relaxing until you realize that my days are just about as empty as my bank account. I was in education for almost 30 years, so I really thought effort led to results. My bad. I don't budget anymore. I monitor my accounts like a teacher monitors a quiet classroom. Suspiciously. I don't budget, I got hurt at work, and every payment feels delayed, like it got lost in a group chat where nobody wants to be the first to respond. Nothing says adulthood like needing a secret decoder to understand your own paycheck. I used to manage classrooms. Now I'm managing systems, and they behave worse than my 8th graders. I believed in structure and organization, and now I'm dealing with processes that feel like they were written by a kindergartner with no math skills in crayon. And I learned everything takes time. Not normal time, legal time. Legal time is like dog years for patience. I follow up on emails politely because apparently just circling back is the adult version of, "You good?" I used to teach 5-year-olds, so I recognize this behavior. What's confusing me is the age group. I keep expecting logic, and instead I'm getting kindergarten energy with adult email signatures. I've discovered that a surprising number of professional organizations operate with a close enough mentality. Honestly, some meetings really could be improved with carpet squares, juke boxes, and a one-at-a-time mentality. Yeah. I just turned 55, which is young for retirement and old for this level of financial confusion. People say, enjoy this chapter of your life. Well, okay. This chapter of my life feels like it was written by a 6th grader who didn't understand the writing prompt. I thought by 55 I'd be traveling the world. And instead, I'm just excited when my prescriptions are cheaper than anticipated. I'm in that magical time of life where I need orthotic shoes and a financial miracle. I was injured on the job a year ago. I'm basically earning a post-injury PhD in the absurdity of workers' comp. At this point, I could teach a master class on how systems avoid responsibility. I now know more about payroll codes and legal timelines than any human being who still deserves joy. I didn't ask for this education, but apparently workplace injury comes with continuing education credits. I mean, could I at least get a parking permit and some emotional support medication? Yeah. At this point, if somebody hands me a form, I inhale like a veteran during the 4th of July. I know I've changed because I used to read novels before bed, and now I read benefit explanations like they're the latest episode of Summer House. The workers' comp system has taught me that processing is a flexible term. Apparently, there is a department for everything except answering the question. I had to rent a mobility scooter in Vegas recently, and nobody tells you how invisible you become. Apparently, when you're seated and moving, society terms you airport furniture. Eventually, I snapped, and I started yelling, "Wee-woo! Wee-woo! Wee-woo!" And the sea parted. And what that taught me was that deep down inside, Americans still respect infrastructure. Later, my friend Leslie referred to it as Karen behavior. And I spiraled immediately because these days, anytime you're out in public, you're basically undergoing risk assessment for whether or not you're going to become the latest meme. And also, you know you're old when you use the phrase, "in this day and age." My mobility scooter had 2 speeds, rabbit mode and turtle mode. Which is perfect because those are my 2 energy levels. Yes, let's go to Vegas! And why is this casino so casino-y? I've decided that middle age is the weird between speed. It's either I can do the worm or everything hurts. And you have 0 control of the throttle. As for me, you're gonna find me wrestling with a bedazzled cane through middle life. Somewhere between rabbit mode and turtle mode, and wondering why the hell I walked into this room in the first place. Thank you.
I must set the stage properly for the next entertainer. Oh, because they're as tall as I am, that's all. You guys ready for your next entertainer? You guys show some love. Y'all ready for your next entertainer? Show some love for the Pastor 100! Give it up for Garry, everyone. Before I start, management asked me to make an announcement. So since I'm gonna be on stage, the glory hole in the men's restroom is gonna be unavailable for the next 5 minutes. Sorry, I'll get back to work right after. Don't worry, you're still first in line, sir, don't worry. Hello, my name is Natasha Hundreds. That is hundreds, like hundreds of dollars. I'm trying to manifest, but it's not working. And I know what you're all thinking. You're thinking, she's so beautiful, she makes Sabrina Carpenter look like Shrek. I kinda do. Listen, I wanna treat this set like a first date. No, you don't have to buy me dinner, but yes, I might blow you in the parking lot afterwards.
And like most guys that go on first dates, I'm also married. So it works out. If you haven't noticed yet, I am a drag queen. It's really glamorous until I need help shaving my back. Not so glamorous. And I notice a lot of straight ladies at my shows, which is great. But I've noticed that straight ladies that go to drag shows really want to go to strip clubs, but they don't want to pay the strip club prices. And what they don't know is that your husbands are way less likely to get gonorrhea at the strip club than at the drag show. We're disgusting. I'm also turning 35 this year. Thank you. Which is basically okay. But for the gay ecosystem, I'm technically in my deathbed. You guys are laughing, but it's true. In the gay world, age is a hot commodity. A few years back, I used to be a twink. For those of you who don't know, a twink is a slim young man that you want to fill with cream. You know what I mean? Back then it was fabulous. Men used to ask me for my phone number, they used to ask me if I wanted a drink. When I go to a gay bar now, all I get asked is, why do you keep coming back? It's sad. What's also sad is that drag doesn't pay the bills. So when all this comes off, I work in human resources. I gotta pay the bills somehow. And I am really proud of my HR team because they successfully eliminated the root of workplace conflict in my office. Unfortunately, now I'm unemployed. If anybody's hiring, I'll talk to you after the show. And people love to ask me, what is your craziest HR story that you have? And well, one time somebody got fired because they were masturbating in their cubicle. It was horrible. I didn't even get to finish. It was bad, it was bad. I was like, at least, give me 2 minutes. But looking back at my life, I think it makes sense that I became a drag queen. Because growing up, I was always around flamboyant men in dresses. I grew up Catholic. If you think about it, the Pope is the biggest drag queen ever. He wears very expensive gowns. He has an army of twinks behind him. Now we know what twinks are. And he doesn't go by his real name. He doesn't. Also, why are Pope names so fierce? They have no business being so fierce. Calixtus, Anastasius, Celestine, those are all real, by the way. And they're much better than real drag queen names that exist in the wilderness. Imagine if you go to Mass and they introduce the Pope like he's a drag queen. Ladies and gentlemen, he is here to serve the body of Christ. Make some noise for John Paul II. I would totally go. Coming out to my Catholic mom was interesting though. When I did, she had a list of terms and conditions for me to follow. And well, she said, I will not tolerate it if you do anything with children or older men. And the children part, I understand 1,000%. But why is she trying to cock-block me out of a sugar daddy? Being gay is expensive, you know what I mean? I would say the worst part of being a drag queen is dealing with drunk people. To quote the famous movie Forrest Gump, drunk people are like a box of chocolates. You never know which one's gonna throw up on you. I was talking to this really drunk guy at the bar the other day and she was like, I want you to put me in drag. And I want to go, baby, I need to put you in rehab. Why are you so drunk on a Monday? You guys are laughing, but it's true, Oh my gosh. Also, going to the bank is really weird because you see, I get tipped in single dollar bills. And when all this comes off, I look like I'm gonna trim your trees. That's true. It's weird, and so I show up with all my singles, and the cashier gives me a dirty look. And I try to break the ice, you know? So I go, it was a fabulous shift at the strip club. She bursts in laughter. I feel like Joan Rivers in that Wells Fargo. And it hits me. You don't think I can be a stripper, bitch? Which I could not, because I tested positive for gonorrhea, but that's a different story. Listen, to close out, I want to leave you with this message. I know there's so much negative attention in the media around drag queens, and I'm here to tell you it's all fake. We are not after your children's. We're after your husbands. I slept with a married man last night. I'm sorry. But he was really annoying. He kept saying, oh, don't tell my wife, don't tell my wife, don't tell my wife. So I had to stop him and say, you have to chill, Dad. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a lovely night. My name is Natasha Hundred.
Good job, good job.
Yeah.
Talking about the Lord. On the hell for that one. But it was worth it. It was fun. You guys ready for your next comic? Yeah! Come on, put your hands together for Mallory! You got it out this time? She has a hard time getting it out. Now get it in.
I decided him as my therapist, but about my husband, yeah. My name is Mallory. Hello.
Hi, Mallory!
Hi. I was sober for 2 years, and then I had children. Now I drink every day. Yeah. I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing. I feel like I'm just practicing consistency, which is a virtue, I think. It's actually part 10 of the 12-step program of surviving motherhood. Drunk. Yeah. At this point in my life, if you're not talking to me in mom language, I'm not understanding you. Okay? No. I speak nap schedules, diaper cream, and are we drinking red or white? Yeah. This is the layout of my day. I wake up with gratitude, prayer, and intention. And then around 12, I'm threatening to burn every toy in front of my kids. Burn it. I'm gonna burn it. And then, yeah, by 4, I'm politely calling my husband, hey, honey, where the fuck are you? Fuck are you? And then by 9, when my kids are sleeping, I'm looking through their photos and I'm like, oh my God, should we have more? I feel like I want more. Psychotic. Psychotic. Ask my husband. I know it's psychotic. I watch so much toddler TV that I just feel like I talk to people like Miss Rachel. To my husband, uh-oh, is this the mortgage? Did you forget to pay the mortgage? Am I gonna pay it? No. To the cashier, can you try it again? And there should be something on there. Can you, again? To anybody at all, to anybody, you sir. What's your name?
Keith.
Keith?
Yep.
Do you have wine? Can we spell it? Wine? Can we sign it? Oh, wine. Being a stay-at-home mom to toddlers is comparable to serving 18 years to life solitary confinement. Like, I get out a couple hours each day, we'll call that rec time. Smog. Being a stay-at-home mom to toddlers is like wanting not to be a stay-at-home mom to toddlers. Being a stay-at-home mom to toddlers is like if short-term memory loss fell in love with Tourette's. Okay, gotta get to the car, gotta bring my keys. Wait, shit! They're in the house, they're in the house. Nope, they're in my butt. Okay, okay, in the car, okay, get in the car, got it. So I got the diaper bag, I got the diapers, okay. Fuck! Where's the baby? I seriously feel like at this point in my life, my brain is just so chopped up like an onion, finely chopped, that I can just cry at any moment, for anything, at any time. At any time. I was reading the book Paw Patrol to my kids. And I started crying. And then my dad was like, "Mommy, why are you crying?" I was like, "Oh, just because in this moment right now I want to be alone." I want to read this alone to myself. Whenever I talk to my suegra, my mother-in-law, she has 7 kids. Whenever I talk to her, I feel like a little puta. That's little bitch in Spanish. I feel like a little putita. She has 7, I have 2, you know, I just don't feel adequate. But I was talking to her, and she asked me, like, ¿Cómo está abuela? Like, how's my nieta en tu estómago? How's my, you know, granddaughter in your stomach? How are you doing? I'm like, I don't feel good. I feel nauseous right now. I feel like I can't eat. I'm having problems. She's like, have you thrown up? And I was like, no. Huera. That's white girl in Spanish. Huera. Mira, huera. Mira. Cuando estaba embarazada con mi 4 hijas. Con mi 4 estaba vomitando una y otra vez, tanto que rompí mi estómago, güera. Güera, había sangre, blood, en toda la cocina, güera. Pero mira, güera, los niños tienen que comer, güera. Así que cociné, vomité, sangre. Mientras miraba mi programa favorito, La Rosa de Guadalupe. Estarás bien, güera. Estarás bien. Yep, I'm a little putita. Nice to meet you guys. Thank you so much for coming too.
My man, Josh!
Hi everyone, I'm Josh.
Hi,
Some of you
Josh.
might know me, the guy you can't believe it, Agnes married.
Oh.
But you know, I'm more than that. I'm just kidding, that's all. I do the dishes. If you see me at the shows, I don't say much. I'm a college professor and a big-time introvert. You might wonder, like, how does a big-time introvert do a good job teaching hundreds of students? The answer is, I don't. I'm horrible. I do okay. Honestly, people don't expect much from you when you look like ladies roll on deodorant. People ask me, so like, do you get nervous in front of all those college students? And I'm like, not really, I'm usually pretty drunk. No, just kidding. Of course I get nervous. I worry about the same types of things anyone would worry about. What happens if I don't know the answers to all their questions? What happens if I give them information that's not 100% accurate? What happens if they find out I never went to college? I know, silly, I shouldn't worry about these things. This, being bald, not a lifestyle choice. This was a gift from my parents. They got me this and a learning disability. So I'm dyslexic. Now, fortunately today, we know a lot about dyslexia and learning disabilities. But it wasn't that way when I was a kid. I really struggled in school. I did horrible. My teachers thought I was slow. They thought I was stupid. Well, they actually use another word for it, one we don't use today, the R word, Republican. Yeah, it's terrible. You know, and the funny thing is that my whole family knows I'm dyslexic. And yet, whose job has it been to go over spelling words with the kids? Mine. Right? That's like taking a family vacation and asking Christy Nome to dog sit for you. It's not a good choice, no. It's hard being dyslexic. It's even harder on my spell checker. Yeah, even the new ones with AI have no idea what word I've typed out. I can imagine what they're thinking. Like, I can harness all the knowledge in the world, but I have no idea what word this person just typed out. I think the user might be a Republican. So I'm hoping not to pass that on to my kids, because you want the best for them. They're hilarious. Like last night at dinner, my youngest son asked for his food with a British accent. I thought this was unnecessary because he's already missing some teeth. You seem like a happy group, so I'm guessing you don't have kids. I'm trying to figure out the best way to describe it. Now, I love my kids, but they're a lot like roaches. I know. You know who gets offended when I say that?
No.
Roaches. You know who doesn't? People who have kids. They're like, hey. Yeah. That's accurate. I hear people say like, oh, roaches are dirty and disgusting. I'm so sorry, have you been around kids? My kids would put stuff in the mouth that roaches wouldn't touch. Ew, that's gross, don't put that in your mouth. Roaches can make you sick. Again, have you been around kids? You know what's more likely to make you sick, and this is true? Kids. Roaches don't even want to be around kids. Like, ooh, I don't want to get sick. If I want to get sick, I'll eat at Arby's. Sorry, some Arby's fans out there, I guess. I'm sorry. I realize that it's been populated around here. Let's see, I can, a little bit more about myself. Something surprising, I was single for a long time. Thank you for that. That's very. I feel great. I know it's hard to believe, given that I look like Dobby the house elf from Harry Potter. But it's true. But after a brief 22 years of dating, I finally met someone. Right? It's kind of inspirational. So if you're single, worried, you're never going to find anyone, you probably won't. That someone married me is 1 in a million. Look at me. Look at me. If you know my wife, look at my wife. Right?
Yeah.
It's very clear that I won the relationship lottery. Yeah, I know. And at the exact same time, my wife lost her relationship lottery. Shit. I mean, we're happily married, but we do fight about things. One thing we fight about is the number of children to have. Now, we already had 2 kids and she wanted more. And I'm like, no. Like, I only want 2 kids. I'm sorry, the answer is 2. So, we're at the car dealer looking for a larger car that seats 5. Anyways, so, and it turned out the best option was a minivan. Now, I know people laugh when they see minivans, and they should. Minivans are little mobile prisons. It's true. Think like the doors slide like the doors of a prison cell. You're locked inside with people that are unstable and haven't even finished high school. You're not sure when a fight's gonna break out. You're worried if you give one of them string cheese, they're gonna try to turn it into a shiv. Let's see, another thing that we fight about, like a lot of couples, is money. My wife is very concerned with how we spend money. She gets upset when I spend the smallest amount of money. It's like, I'm sorry, honey, but prostitutes don't work for free. It's true, I can find one that... I'm kidding. My wife is amazing. Yeah, if you know her. Like, one thing you might find amazing about my wife is how little she knows about me. Yeah. Okay, so I do research. And so if you want to, here's something fun. When you see my wife, ask her about my research. She has no idea. Now, it's not like I haven't tried to tell her. But for the past almost 19 years, every time I try to tell about my research, she pretends to fall asleep. I'm not making that up, it's 100% true. What is that? Do you know what it feels like to have something you're passionate about? Something that you devoted your life to? And you try to share it with someone that's supposed to love you? And they can't even pretend to care? Do you know what that feels like? Oh, it feels like marriage. Marriage is where hope goes to die. It's true. No, it's not true. No, I love being married, and I'm hoping to still be so after this. It's hard, though. I mean, you have insecurities. Like, sometimes I don't feel like I'm good enough for my wife. Well, at least that she keeps writing it out in my diary. Well, listen, I think I ran out of words. Yep. All right, I'm off.
One more time. You ready for your next comment? Hands together for Nancy!
Hello.
Hi, Nancy.
I'm a Midwest girl, you know, I grew up in Illinois. Woo! It's not the Bible Belt exactly, but it's Bible Belt adjacent. Although, I don't think belt's the right word. I think religion is more like Lululemon yoga pants. It stretches in all directions, but it really only supports a very select group. And like yoga pants, the off-branch can go horribly wrong. Like, one Sunday you're enjoying a nice guitar service. Next thing you know, you're in the jungle serving Kool-Aid. Or your ex takes the kids to church camp, and your 12-year-old daughter comes home married to a 63-year-old prophet. Prophets, man, disappointing. I'm disappointed in God. You know, he clearly talks to a lot of guys, and you think he could tell one of them the secret to world peace. Why does he tell every single one of them to have sex with kids and stockpile weapons? Not a native California. In fact, when I moved to California, I was homeless. I mean, I wasn't living on the street or anything. I was Kevin Spacey homeless, you know, living in a condo somebody rented for me. I was working for Raymond and Mars, and they moved me out here, so, yeah. But I'm retired now, which is great, and it was a little weird in the beginning, because, you know, you got time, you have to figure out the things you like to do. And it turns out that what I like to do is notice things that piss me off. Like watching somebody back into a parking space. I'm sorry, if you're not the getaway driver, this is ridiculous. And if you are the getaway driver, you're fucked, because I and 3 other people have just been staring at you. We are totally picking you out of the line. Double parking pisses me off too. I mean, I get it for delivery drivers, yeah. But we're so used to it now that everybody does it, right? 3 nights a week, my next door neighbor's side piece pulls up, hits the hazard lights, and disappears inside for an hour and a half. Yeah, it's too much, it's too much. I finally called the cops and gave them the address. I could hear the dispatcher in the back just typing the information in, you know. She comes back and goes, "Looks like we already have an officer on the scene." Curbside pickup, that pisses me off too. Why do the people who aren't getting out of their cars get the best parking space? Right? Complaining about parking, I guess that's on brand for an old person. Right? I get it. I'm old. Old sneaks up on you though. Like the other day I was reading the newspaper. Like that. I was reading the news, and I realized that if I ever make the news, the headline will be "Elderly Long Beach Woman." It won't even matter what the story is. It will be "Elderly Long Beach Woman Cures Cancer." Elderly woman will be the lead. Elderly woman murders prophet. In related news, the middle school will be closed on Tuesday, so all dogs can attend the funeral. I'm sorry. I intended to skip that joke tonight. I mean, I get it, it's not right. I know it, you know it. Those girls are not in school. Another way old sneaks up on you is you inadvertently quit drinking. My wife and I had our 10th wedding anniversary recently. And so it fell on a Sunday. So we went out to the local pub, we had a few drinks. It was nice, really nice. We get home about 4 o'clock. We both have a headache. We need a nap. Deb looks at me and says, "We can't day drink anymore." And I said, "Well, we don't go out at night, so I guess we quit drinking." What do we do? Well, we go to the movies. That's great because they're in the afternoon and there's plenty of parking. Not all the people too though, because it's in the afternoon and there's plenty of parking. You'd think people my age would know how to behave in a movie theater, right? Last time we were at the movies, the woman behind us complained the entire time about a kid who wouldn't hang up his phone in the grocery store. At least you would think they would know there are consequences, you know, for this type of behavior. We all saw that announcement, you know, locate your nearest exit in case of emergency. So, you know I'm looking for a human shield. It's probably low risk, I don't know who's gonna target 7 old people, but people are unpredictable, so it could happen. I mean, people are people-y, and by that I mean terrible. If I want to see terrible people, I'll stay home and watch Dateline. You know people are terrible just by the names of these shows. Buried in the Backyard. Fear Thy Neighbor. CBS News. I learned a lot from watching those shows, though. I do. I learned the difference between a suspect and a person of interest. No difference. I learned about high-risk behavior. You know what the highest risk behavior is? Being a woman who lights up the room. How they describe every victim. Maybe not everybody. And then the Perps family is trying to sell this as a love story gone tragically wrong. If your story ends with somebody stabbed 37 times, it's not a love story. I learned what gets you caught. You think it's DNA, but it's not. DNA gets you convicted, but what gets you caught is your cell phone and your search history and a Walmart receipt. At this point, Walmart should just have an algorithm that sends your information directly to the police after 10 o'clock, and you're buying rubber gloves, cleaning supplies, and either a tarp or a shovel. No criminal mastermind can explain being there at 3 a.m. to buy saw blades and a large rubber maker. People tell me I shouldn't watch all those things. Oh, it's too dark. You're blacked out. But I know I won't, and I can prove it because I also watch a ton of cooking shows, and it never once made me want to cook. So when I talk about old, sometimes people also say, oh, 60 is the new 40. And they say it like, oh, it's a good thing. I think there's a dark side to that. When my generation was in our 40s, the kids are teenagers, right? So you're feeding them, you're picking up after them, you're hearing how hard their life is. Well, now we're in our 60s, and the kids are moving back home. So you're feeding them, picking up after them, and you're hearing how hard their life is. I don't think 60 is the new 40, so much as 35 is the new 15.
Coming out supporting live comedy. It's been a blast. Working with this group. What? What did you say? Oh, she drunk already? Damn. You serving here, Darren. No, it's been a great group to work with. Once again, thank you, Darren, for the opportunity to do this here. Live comedy on this Saturday night. Once again, let's break all the comics out one more time.
Beautiful, thank you.